you begin? Actually, want to try and run through as much of your filmography as possible before we turn it over to the crowd here. But I wanted to start off, we were all very saddened to hear about the passing of Wes Craven recently, and I knew that you knew him a little bit. You know, you guys, all you horror directors kind of come into contact with each other a little bit over the years. What were your memories of Wes? When did you first meet him? Do you remember?
I met him through, there was a young fella that I used to work with from home, almost from Night of the Living Dead. It wasn't quite. I think he started with us on the second film that we did, the third. And he's a young guy right out of the trade school that learned how to do everything, basically. And he became an assistant director. And he started to work for Wes.
Oh, was that Nick? Was that Nicky Vestani?
Nick Vestani.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, Wes really gave him a big career. Nick is now one of the most desired ADs in Hollywood. And so it was through Nick that Wes and I hung out, started to hang out. Yeah. And he did a voice on that for the diary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did. He was one of the radio voices.
He was one of the radio voices. So I knew, you know, I'm terribly sad obviously about his passing, and he's a great guy, very professorial, witty, just a terrific guy. Did you meet him?
Oh yeah, actually I got to do commentary with him for People in the Stairs. Like it was one of the last interviews he ever did, as it turns out, and he was. You horror guys are all so nice in real life, and so it's like the guy who created Last House on the Left is this really well-spoken college professor type. I'm like, well, all right. But let's kick off with. We have a question about your films. We're just going to get through as much as we can. But I had a question in regards to Night of the Living Dead. It's not that there's any topic that hasn't been covered. The ending of that movie is one of my favorites of all time because it's what's called a downer ending, or kind of, it's certainly not a happy ending, but it's not an arbitrary ending because Ben earns what happens to him. He doesn't deserve it, but his actions dictate what happens to him.
Yeah.
Was that a deliberate choice on your part? Did you really want to make sure that that was written out clearly?
Yes, and I thought it was, except it became considered a racial, and which was never. That was never intended by us. I mean, Dwayne Jones was the best actor that we knew from among our friends, and we, you know, all the while he was saying, you know, I'm not going to be able to walk out of this theater, you know, after I slugged Judy, and and he was much more concerned about, you know, that. But when we wrote the script, John Russo and I wrote the script together, and when we were writing the script, in our mind, he was a white guy. And we didn't change any of that. And so it wasn't meant to be racial. And because of the posse and the rednecks and, you know, all of that, it just looked like a racial, it was a racial overtone.
Yeah, it really couldn't help it no matter what. Yeah. But he makes the bad choice because they should have been in the. Cooper was right at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, that's what we've often talked about this, and he does. In fact, Ben is wrong. The lead character is wrong, I think maybe we would have been better off leaving some sort of racial tension, because you know sometimes if Ben was feeling, you know,